Hi, this is Ike from IkesOutdoors.com. Today we're going to be starting on a review of the HCA Speed Pro. You can see the bow here. We're just going to do a little bit of testing with this bow. We're going to do a few field tests with it, some speed tests with it, and see how well it performs, see how well it holds up. The only thing I've got on this bow, other than what came on the factories, I've got an apex sight, I've got a peak eliminator, I got my ripcord, and I'll be shooting it with a limb saver stabilizer eventually. So first thing we're going to do is give this thing some speed tests. First arrow we're going to shoot through a chronograph is a Victory V-Force arrow, and this is a, let's see, 384 grain arrow, 29-inch draw, 70 pounds. .309 twice. The arrow we're going to be shooting now is a Victory X-Ringer HV, and I've got a 125 grain field tip on there. It's going to make this arrow weigh out at about 350 grains. It's going to put it right at the IBO weight. Okay, so we shot our hunting arrow through there, our 380 grain arrow, and got 309 feet per second. We shot our IBO weight arrow and got 322 feet per second. So it's a little bit short of the IBO speed rating, but we are shooting a little bit shorter draw length as well. I'm going to give this thing a real-world speed test here. This bow's set at 60 pounds, 27.5-inch draw, and I'm shooting a 393 grain Victory arrow. Okay, so I've had this bow for about a week now, and I've put it through a pretty big number of tests. I've put it through some speed tests and some field tests, and I have to say it's held up very well to all of them. Speed test, when we set it up for the IBO, we got about 322 feet per second out of it at that point. And for 29-inch draw, that's about right. For 29-inch draw, it's 320 to 330, and you know that's kind of at the low end of it. But we did get a few faster than 322. We're just showing you the lowest number that we got. So 322 feet per second at 29 inches. It's on the low side, but it is within their IBO range. Set up for me, I got 262 to 266, even as high as 270 out of it. We're showing you a couple of the lower end ones though, but that puts me at or above 60 foot-pounds of kinetic energy, which is fantastic. That's enough for me to put down any whitetail, mule deer, antelope, anything of that size. You know, elk, I want to bump it up a little higher, but that was one of the things about this bow that I was most impressed with. We'll show you a little montage here of some things I was doing with this bow, some field tests that I was doing. I can pull this bow at 60 pounds off my back and just as smooth as butter. That's one of the nicest things about this bow. One of the things I was most impressed with is the draw cycle on this bow. It is absolutely as smooth as can be. That's awesome. This bow's set at 60 pounds right now, which is what I normally hunt with. And you'll see I have no problem at all pulling that back. There's no hump in this bow at all. It's just a nice, smooth, one of the best draw cycles I've felt on a bow in a long time. It's really nice, real easy to hold. It does kind of want to go with you, but you can adjust some draw stops a little bit, and it's real manageable. I mean, it doesn't want to jerk your shoulder out of place when it tries to take off. I mean, you can sustain it and you can pull it back and get it back into position. And as far as noise goes, this thing's set up at factory, like it came from the factory. It's got a set of limb jacks on it. Got a set of string jacks or whatever they're called, bow jacks on the cable there. And that's it. I don't have a stabilizer on the front of it or anything on the string other than what they sent this thing out with. And you can see it's extremely quiet. It doesn't hardly make any noise. And almost vibration free. It doesn't have any hardly vibration on the shot. So it's really nice draw cycle, really nice shooter. The grip on this bow is extremely comfortable. I really like the grip on this thing. At first I thought it felt kind of square and kind of stocky. When you get it pulled back and you get it to full draw, it fits really nice into your hand. So really nice grip on this bow. Finish is excellent. No flaws in the finish. It's held up really good to the damage and the abuse that I've put it through. If you got a good look at this bow, you can see there's dirt trapped underneath the cams and dirt trapped in underneath the string on this side, and I've banged this thing around. I put it under as close to hunting conditions as I possibly could in this last week. So it's held up really well to that. The finish is just is flawless. It's really nice. Limb pockets, got a really nice set of really good looking set of limb pockets on it that I really like the way they look. And overall, this bow is very eye appealing. I really like the design of this bow and the look of it. Really lightweight, weighs about 3.5 pounds. With it set up right now, it weighs in right around 6. Of course, I don't have a quiver, arrow, none of that stuff like that on it, or stabilizer, so still pretty lightweight. Tuning wise, it was really easy to tune. This bow didn't take me any kind of time to tune it. I walk back tuned it, paper tuned it, walk back tuned it, broadhead tuned it, and creep tuned it, and had no problems at all getting this bow to tune. Just took me about 30 minutes to get my broadheads hitting in the same point of impact as my field points. From a technician's standpoint, from you guys who do your own work, bow's really easy to work on. Adjustable draw modules, pop a couple bolts out and you can change your draw length. As far as needing a bow press goes, any normal bow press that'll press a bow with parallel limbs will work on this bow. So from a technician's standpoint, tuning standpoint, it's extremely easy to work on and really easy to deal with as far as you don't have to have any kind of adapters for the limbs or anything like that. So really easy to do whatever kind of work you need to do on it at home. As far as accuracy goes, I found this bow to be very accurate. We'll put a little thing in here showing me shooting at 20 yards, and I got a hips target, and I could hit the S at 20 yards with this bow almost every time. Even for that speed, it's got a 7-inch brace height, and I don't have the best form in the world, and I found this bow to be very forgiving, and I could really put a good group of arrows in there. Slap an arrow. Very nice things about this bow. The best thing I think about it is the draw cycle and holding it. Like I said, I can pull this bow at 70 pounds. Most bows I have a real tough time at 70 pounds. We did the IBO test on this. I was able to pull it at 70 pounds and I shot it 20 to 25 times. I was able to set it at 60 pounds and pull this thing off my back. I was able to pull this bow with it canted as hard as I could sideways and had no problems with it at all. Draw cycle is very good. Grip for me is very comfortable, so those are two things. Those are two of the top of the line features of this bow that I feel. The components on this bow are high quality. It's got a set of Barnesdale limbs on it. Got a set of Dakota strings on it. Comes with these limb jacks and these bow jacks on the cables. It's 2 string dampeners on there, or string stops. This one is optional. You can get that. You can get it without this, and you can actually take that one off real easy, no problem. Got a bow jack on that string stop down there. So this is a top quality bow. This is a very nice bow, and I'm really pleasantly surprised with this bow. I have to say, I score this thing. I got 10 different categories that I scored at, and I give it each category has a possibility of 10, and I judge it on those different categories. And when I'm in, I got 100 points, and from there I just basically put a decimal point in it. So if it scores 100, it would be 10.0. So what this bow ended up scoring on my little scale, and after I've been shooting it for a week, was a 9.7. So there was a few little things like the rest and the draw cycle really wanting to go, and the IBO speed being just a little bit down at the bottom of it, of the IBO rating. So those few little things knocked it down a couple points, but nothing major. 9.7 out of 10. I feel that's pretty good. So when you go to a store, check their website out, highcountryarchery.com. See if you can find a dealer close to you. I really think people are going to be pleasantly surprised with this bow. I know I was. So be sure to give this bow a shot. Go over there. Don't take my recommendations for it. Go down and shoot this bow. Put it in your hands. If it's got a good feel to you, I think it's going to be a good bow for you. That's how you got to judge these bows, is by feel and fit for you. Because if this bow doesn't fit you, you're not going to be happy with it. So definitely give this bow a shot. This is a High Country Speed Pro. It's a 2010 model, and I definitely think it's a top quality bow. HighCountryArchery.com is our website. You can get more information there. You can find a local dealer. Be sure to visit our website, IkesOutdoors.com, for more bow reviews, more product reviews, more how-to videos. IkesOutdoors.com. Appreciate you watching.
I like good times, good wine, good smoke, and a 5-piece bed. And I can't help